Hello, so this is a game between three players on Wbaduk, and White was winning by more than 10 points, but now he just played Atari, so Black is just losing a few more stones, therefore Black resigned. Anyway, lots of interesting tactics happened in this game, so let's have a look. Very normal start so far. A large Shimari, this time a low one, and a Hoshi in the top right corner. White had several options to uh, attack the top or to invade the right side. Inside approach is the most common move. Back in the day it was very common to split the side because White has Miai to extend either towards the top or on the bottom in order to make a base. But this is not played so often anymore. And of course nowadays it's very trendy and fashionable to invade the Sun right away. This would be like the first choice for AI and also for the top professionals. Outside approach, it's an option too, the actual move in the game. And White can also think about an attachment like O4 or even Q4. This is also AI oriented style. But the most common play, it's still R14. And usually when White plays the inside approach, Black would simply protect the corner with a Keima or consider some kind of pincer like this or like this in order to work with his Shumari. Now the reason top players started to play R14 instead of splitting R10 is because in around 2000 it used to be very popular to play this kind of Fuseki, and before deciding whether to attack from the right side, I mean from the bottom coming from the Shimari or from the top, Black used to play an exchange first. And now this is like a pro move, so Black wants to see whether White defends the corner calm or tries a pincer in the top. And in case White simply protects the corner, then Black can decide to attack from the Hoshi and then extend in the top to set up a large Moyo. So this used to be one of the Lee Chang-ho's favorite openings back in the day, and he was very successful with it. So after a while, the top professionals studying this pattern a lot and decided to play the inside approach in order to refute that kind of Moyo play for Black. So this was really trendy for, I don't know, 15-20 years already. But nothing wrong with the outside approach, it's a valid move. So normally here Black is supposed to simply defend the corner, then White can slide and go back, play the classic Joseki, or simply extend back to K16. Now the modern style would be to attach in the corner, then slide, and play this Joseki or push like this. This is again something very popular, and it's an idea developed by AI in general. So what we see here, it's a kick, and that's a little bit questionable. But okay, nowadays it's also one of the trendy moves to play the attach even if you don't have the middle side extension. So usually when this happens, White is very happy to get the 3 space extension from his 2 stones. Well, what happened in the actual game? Black played low at R14 to take the corner, and White also extends idea 3 space in the top. Low to be territorial, but it's absolutely fine. It's a very sensitive difference between playing low or high here. So playing this exchange feels like Black is helping White because the reason behind this exchange, playing the kick, is for Black to secure the corner. But even if this happens later on, White can still invade Sun. So it's not really guaranteed that Black is going to secure the corner with that exchange. This kind of follow-up is to be expected. But for the time being, there are many open spaces on the board still left to cover, so both Black and White should go for the large points. Now playing inside approach like this seems a little bit strange because black doesn't have enough space in the top for making a nice space. The directional play should be to attack from the outside, and then when white defends, black can either go for a base like this or invade the corner right away. This is a basic Joseki. So playing the inside approach shows that black is a bit jealous on white's moyo up there, so he wants to destroy it no matter what. But if you look all over the board, it's interesting to play moves like f3 for example, and then extend back in order to develop the big open space on the bottom. Or just approach from the outside and limit white's development in the top. So these are the moves for black to consider. Now inside approach, white can play the kick. It's more severe. In this case, it's actually recommended to play the Kosumitsuke and make black heavy, because black doesn't have space to extend ideal now that white already got a stone at k17. So black should play a one space jump, which is a little more uncomfortable, and white can put pressure on this group. And this way white is going to build while attacking. White decided to double up the corner, which is also fine because the top stone is still weak. Black went out with a shoulder hit. That's a fine idea. Playing simply one space jump, the base is still tiny, so he's trying to escape in a faster way. Now here black can consider the one space jump, and when white plays the key point, black will jump out in order to have a light formation, and then white can secure the corner. This way the group is still heavy. White doesn't need this g17 push. It's obvious that if white plays g17, black will connect f16, or if white plays f16, black will come back at g17. So these two moves are pretty much interchangeable, and it's no need to play that kind of exchange. Right now, white should extend on the left side and go for the corner, because the top group, it's a wall and it still needs a jump to secure. So with g17 exchange, it's better for white to wait and use it as a co-threat later on, but it's really not necessary right now. The turn is also not important. White can simply protect the left side. Even if black pushes in the top, white can still pull back and the top group is safe. So now the wall needs a jump. So playing the turn may look powerful, but the top group is already safe, and the two stones on the left are a little bit thin, right, like this. For example, black can think about a move to approach the left side in order to force white into a heavy formation. Or play something like this, and then connect his stones together, so black becomes pretty thick towards the center. Now black played the hane, and even double hane, that's too much. Black should simply no be here, but then again, white has time to protect the left side. So playing the hane here, it's not really necessary. White is already very strong in the top. Normally black should just jump out, but then white has time to defend the left side. That's why black should consider moves to attack the corner in order to make the two stones feel a bit uncomfortable. Playing like this, it's already a pretty good deal for black. White shape becomes heavy this way in the corner. So black decided to double hane. Now here, white should atari first, because when black connects, this is already an empty triangle, and then extend. Now after white extends, black should capture the stone in a ladder, and then if we check the ladder, white can simply play a move in the middle of the side to serve as a ladder breaker. So now black will capture, and again white can play another move to enclose and build a lot on the left side. For black to invest all those stones and just build like 2 points capturing the Ponuki, it's not such a big deal. So when playing this move, black can go Atari, then white is forced into an empty triangle. Empty triangle meaning this shape, because there is no stone at L17. And then black has to connect against the double Atari. Then white needs another move to protect the top in a proper way by capturing M15. And black shape, it's already strong enough, and now black being Sente, he can play a move to attack the left side. Going out is not the same thing. Yeah, white can push, and white is thinking to Atari K14, so black goes out again. Instead of playing the Atari, should push one more time, because it's painful for black to allow the turn. And then white doesn't even need to play this Atari right now. It's good to keep that as a code red for later in the game. So it's still more urgent to protect the top left corner. Well, playing this schema seems a little bit overplayish. Of course, the plan is to approach that J15 stone and force black play more move in the area, which actually happened. But it's good enough to extend on the left side like this or like this, third line, fourth line. Those are the main focus points in the early stage of the game. So jump out, then black defense. Well, this can be kept in reserve. This exchange is a very good code red. So right now, if white wants to play more moves on the left side, should simply extend to D11. Building on the fourth line is good enough, it's the line of victory. Or if you look all over the board, white can already think about playing a move on the right side. This gives me eye between making a base like this or like this, or take an extension on the bottom side. Playing F3 tight, it's an option too. Tiger mount is good here. Pushing from behind is not so great. So again, white should think locally about getting ahead with this schema. Is the right shape. So having this jump, you're one line ahead of G12. This seems like a little risky move. White can cut it. I can just play K and separate directly. But it's also good enough to protect the corner, playing on the third line. And then even if black covers, white can play a move like this to reduce or limit black's outside influence. Anyway, it's fighting spirit to push through and separate. Honey in the head of 3 stones is good too, takes away a liberty. And in this case, even double honey would be an option. It's not a big problem if black cuts like this. Black still needs to go up to prevent a Ponuki, and then white can try to surround the left side and build while attacking. So white keeps connected, and now this is a pretty heavy shape. Yeah, good idea for black to make a base. Now if you look, all these white stones in the middle area around F12, they became neutral points. That's why earlier was better to extend again at D11. So black is seeking for base. This turn is good. Incente. Yeah, pull back, that's correct. And block. Black cuts, but there's nothing to worry about here. This push, I mean the jump, it's better for white to push instead, and then play this clamp to take away the ice. Or simply surround and then leave in the corner. In fact, I like the push first, because if black plays away, then white can jump one more time to take away the base. Playing the jump leaves some cutting points. Oops, wrong click. And some shortage of liberties in the corner. This push is actually no need. It's more important to surround from the open space. Because even if black makes life like this, it's really painful in the end. Let's say black just survives like this. So he builds 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 points. And white got a lot of potential on the outside and can extend again to increase the moyo even more. So pushing here, it's not such an important move. Especially that white has to come back and protect against the shortage of liberties. It's better to play b18 for I shape, because later on black will play the Kosumi and white needs to block. So this is clear I shape in the corner. And connecting the 2 stones, it's also not important. So you better sacrifice them and play 2 big moves. Those are only 4 points. So black lives in a bigger way like that. Is this invasion working? Black was supposed to cover, because when white struggles to live inside, it will hurt the corner, so it's not really worth it. White can leave, but then what is the outside group doing? So playing the invasion was a bit too much. Probably it's better to play Kosumi and then jump in order to keep the outside stones safe. Anyway, white should accept that the left side it's already alive. So this felt a little bit dangerous. Strange idea for black to allow this cut. Well, if this happens, then black is connected and white is still on the run. And if white plays this kind of move, then Atari, then push once. Oh, this can be dangerous. Okay, so I see why black went out. This way white captures in a loose ladder. So that's why black had to no be out. But he could always cover like this. If white plays the clamp and black goes down and white cuts like this, first black will force the B2 bomber and then capture the 2 stones in order to stay alive on the left side. So now push is natural, then induce the turn, that's also good. And now white has to run a little bit with the center group. Black can honey right away. It's impossible to cut here, the group will die in the middle. So white should no be, and then black can make some nice shape. So in this case jump. Wait a second. This move is no need yet. First white can think about the key point, and then on the bamboo connection just block, because the 2 stones will die on the left side anyway. And now black has to come out, and so does white. Playing here it's a little bit submissive and allows the nice shape for black. This is a desperate invasion. Black should go out on in the middle in order to chase the weak group and build while attacking. White doesn't even have 1 eye yet. This can be very dangerous. And even if white escapes by running out, black can build the bottom side, reinforce the middle, and also get some profit on the right side while attacking. So it's really no need to invade this corner. Now normally white should block this way, And when black tries to leave inside, white can play this clamp, then Hane, and the key point, and now there's ko. Ko to leave, or actually ko for white to kill. This is an empty triangle, so white should be reluctant to play it. And in this case, black can simply go out, push, Hane, extend, and now the group is already alive, so black can go out with the other group to attack the middle. Now the group should leave by just playing a3. When white goes down, black plays the vital point, then white comes out, black comes out. Playing the turn will give white the choice to fight a ko. Now going down here, it's actually dying unconditionally, so black should still play the hanging connection, but this can turn into a ko fight, because white has b1, then descend, a5, then Atari and start the ko. If black wants to play more fancy, like a1, white will take away the outside liberty. When black connects, it's still a ko, because outside Atari will be self-Atari actually, so black has to fight the ko. And if black plays c1, white will take this ko, and it's still a direct ko. So this will be ko to kill the corner, but going down here, white can kill unconditionally. Now, playing b2 point in this case is not the best move. a2, the eye stealing Tsuji, is the right key point or vital point to kill the corner, because this move on the outside is threatening snapback, and then white can even play away. This is only one eye. So when playing a2, there are not too many options for black. For example, if black goes d1, white can cut and then snap back. So white missed to kill the corner, but black also missed to leave next. Instead of going Hane, black should play a2. This is the vital point to leave in the corner. So when white cuts, black can Atari, and when white goes down, black can connect, and now it doesn't work for white to link under, because black has an extra liberty at a5, so it's fine to cut and then leave. So if black leaves in the corner, white has to struggle to survive on the outside, but somehow black failed, playing the hand at b1, and now it's mei between d1 and b3. So when white cuts here, there is no way to approach, and when black connects, white kills. We can say that white was a little bit lucky to kill this corner. Actually, he was supposed to kill anyway, but playing the proper way. So there's no way out. Instead of connecting here, white should capture the force turns right away. And now it doesn't make sense for for black to cut at e5. And also it tightens the liberties in the corners, so well, black doesn't have too many liberties, so white can now play away, and it's more important to secure the middle group. White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 liberties, so even if black removes the liberties like this, white can Atari and it's done. Black is very short. This is proper. Yeah, good idea to play away. It's important to defend this middle group. And it's very good to tenuki one more time. And actually white can tenuki again. Hane here in order to use the aji in the middle. And just keep the eye shape clean. Atari here is no need yet. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties still. It's possible to ignore again. And now Atari, and then take away an inside liberty. There are 2 more. So when black plays here, he can start a ko, but it's white's turn. So again, black is losing the semi. It's impressive how many times white can tenuki here, and still stay safe. But one should count the liberties in a capturing race. Yeah, this is a solid move. Playing here is threatening to cut in the middle, but actually that's not going to work. So black can play away, but playing away should be a big point like this extension. So now white is trying the cut, but actually here black can play Atari, because if white comes out, then it's a ladder, so white gets captured faster, and if white plays Atari on the outside in order to connect and kill the top, black can go for snapback, Atari, and take back. So black missed the right way to protect, which is Atari and ladder, to stay connected. Playing like this, black is just losing a few more stones. Now when playing Atari here, white can also capture with snapback. So in this case, black needs another move to protect, then Atari, then rescue the 3 stones if he wants, or play a big point. So it's more active play for white to go J12, because playing J12 will capture the 3 stones, and then later white can take 3 more, which is more effective. So black Hane, white Hane, that's fine. Then push through. Actually here, white should play in the most open space left on the board, and this is the kind of move that creates Miai between extending one way or the other to make a base. And this is like the large area to play on the board right now. Pushing here, it's no need, because already the group is alive in the middle by capturing those stones. So it feels a little slow to enter like this. Shoot Hane, and then play a hanging connection. Yeah, on this Atari, white has to protect. It works to play the jump. So when black plays Atari here and Nobi, the stones are captured. That's an option to enter the corner, but still, just jumping in the middle of the side is good enough. And then approach. After R6 approach, it works to leave in Sansan, so black might just protect the corner. And white doesn't have to play anything special, especially now that he got the lower left corner. Normally, after playing the Tsuke S4, white can Hane and then extend. If black cuts the stone, then you have Atari on the outside and Atari again, and then extend. This is a way to make Sabaki, or fix the shape in a few moves. Black can push first. Then of course white will cut, then Hane, black can capture a stone, or play counter Hane, but taking the stone is proper, because now white still needs some base. Or black could just connect solid, and then white needs to extend. Playing the hanging connection like this, when white turns, the Atari can be a problem at Q4, so black needs another move, and white can still extend for a base. That's a fine move. And the turn would be good too, and then jump out. This is just proper escape. Well, P14 is not a bad move. Okay, then cut. Should also cut here once to see how black reacts. Usually black will just play here, or go down, or even connect solid, and then white can play in the corner like this. There's a lot of agi here if, let's say, black plays this way, then Atari again, and several Ataris like this. And all of a sudden, black's R9 got separated. In fact, white can play the hanging connection and come out. Yeah, the Sansan invasion, it's a good move too. And connect under. It's a fine variation for white in Sente. Turn it's important. Black should actually not be here. Allowing the Atari is very painful. Nice, okay. Push again is not important because you might want to use this kind of move to separate black stones. So in this case, push here once and then come out to connect to the middle. And if black adds another move, you can just leave it. Because anyway, the right side is fixed. Black is trying hard to get something back here. But it seems it didn't work. Cool. Well, that was risky, but white managed to stay connected. Yeah, and this is important too. How is the agi here? So play this move first, then push once, then jump like this. So if black tries to cut, we have Atari, then Atari, then Atari again. Oh, misread. In fact, it's not so easy to use the agi. Black can still escape. Probably just knows Tetsuji in this case. Actually, something like that happened in the real game as well. So push, create some cutting points. Yeah, the nose Tetsuji, very good. Then after nose Tetsuji, just wedge and cover, because there's Atari and double Atari, so black has to come back and protect here. So white played Nobi, then push once. Should capture the stone. Make a point, and then when black pushes here, protect, and if black pushes again, he needs to come back and protect against the cuts. So when taking the stone, black won't be able to cut anyway. These are black center moves. Instead of playing Atari for black, it's interesting to play Nobi in order to prepare the snapback, so white needs to protect. Playing Atari doesn't help because black needs to come back and connect the stone. This is good. Now the wedge. Yeah, smart. So if black cuts, this will happen. And it's a disaster. So Q2 was a good Tetsuji. Huh. That's no need. So if white plays away and black plays Atari, the corner is still alive. And it's impossible to create a Seki right now, because white still has lots of outside liberties. And if black tries this move, Hane and Atari. So there's no need to defend right now. But I guess white felt like winning the game and he didn't want to risk. Good timing. Good capture too. No need to play the wedge. It's enough to play Atari and then make another point here. Because after playing these moves, when Atari on the outside, black can play away and then fight the ko. Black defended anyway. This is also no need. Make another point where black could push in center. And that's a ko to fight for half a point. It's better to push here and destroy another point. Then after taking the group, black needs f4, so to prevent the Atari ko. Black messed up. He was supposed to protect here, but probably black knew that he's losing by 10 points or so. So in order to find an excuse to resign, he let the cut there, or he simply didn't see it. White doesn't even need to play this move. White can already capture here. If black plays this move, white can make an eye. If black goes up to cut, connect. If black destroys the eye here, white can ignore again, because it's one eye versus no eye. So let's say we go down, capture these guys. Now the lower right corner dies too. So if black tries to kill the top, he needs to create an eye somehow, but it doesn't work. And in this case, it's impossible for black to approach. So even after black takes away these outside liberties, it's still impossible to approach and play Atari. So I can ignore many times. And now when black plays this Atari, white captures the ko. Then if black plays some ko threat and takes back the ko, white captures the other ko. So it's a double ko. In the end, black will be captured. Therefore, white doesn't need to play a move right now. Anyway, it's good that white managed to take cente. Again, white can leave it, because white already has an eye and black cannot make one. So even if this happens and black reduces the other eye, white can play away. Again, there is no way for black to approach and play Atari from the inside. It's the so-called Meari Menashi. So finally, white got the big last point, capturing here, and black resigned. Lots of interesting tactics. I hope you enjoyed this review and play better next time. Cheers.